I'm Rob Mitchell. I'm a master's degree student in data science at RIT and part of the IRES Rwanda experience in 2022. When we got to the country, we started with some meetings to kind of get the lay of the land, and then went right down to Kigeme refugee camp in the southern part of Rwanda. I did 2 days of surveys. The first day I was taking a survey of the energy sources within the camp, primarily checking how much adoption of rooftop solar there was among the refugees, but also looking at cooking fuel, sources of cooking fuel. And then the second day I did a survey of businesses to identify their needs, any situation that might contribute more or less to resilience they're experiencing. Primarily found that access to capital is a huge issue within the camp. We went around the first loop around the southwest and then up to the northwest of the country, doing field surveys of social resilience, and also just collecting polygons to do some field validation of remote sensing data. And then we replicated that on the east side of the country. So we kind of made a survey of all sorts of different risk areas, terrain, and socioeconomic categories. I had no previous research experience to this, although I had worked as a journalist for more than a decade, and there were some lessons from journalism that I could draw on this, but it's definitely a different thing to go to a foreign country. Even little things can seem like a huge task when you don't know customs, the language, everything from finding out how to get more data on your phone to trying to understand what the context of what someone is trying to tell you about their life. So on a number of different levels, this was a really different experience from anything I've had. Well, there's certain elements of this research that you can do from the United States using remote sensing, like satellite imagery and all that, but there's no way to see the ground truth of what's going on here without being on the ground here. And you also lose out on the experience of working with Rwandans and understanding what they're interested in, what is actually meaningful to them, which you don't get that sitting at a computer 6,000 miles away. So Rwanda is a very stable, safe country. They've got a lot of advances, especially here in Kigali, so that part was fairly easy. It's definitely can be kind of rugged when you're trying to get out into the countryside, but that's part of the experience. And in a lot of ways, the toughest part was just trying to figure things out the first time, and then once it was done, it's a great place to live and work.